You didn't find this by accident. I want you to know that right now, before another word passes between us. You didn't stumble here. You didn't accidentally press play. I arranged this. I arranged you, right here, right now, in this exact moment of your life, because I have something to say to you that you have needed to hear for a very long time. My child, heaven leaned down today specifically for you. Not for the crowd, not for someone else, for you. And I need you to stop. Stop the running, stop the pretending, stop the quiet suffering you've been carrying alone, and just let me speak to your heart. I know what the last season has cost you. I know about the nights you couldn't sleep, lying in the dark with thoughts that felt too heavy to pray through, and too painful to speak out loud. I know about the relationships that broke you in ways you still haven't fully named. I know about the betrayal, the one that came from someone you trusted completely, someone you never imagined would be the source of that kind of wound. I know how that changed something in you, how it made you quieter, how it made you careful in ways you were never meant to be careful. How you smiled in front of people and then came home and sat in silence because the exhaustion of holding yourself together in public had taken everything you had. I was there. I was there every single night, every tear that hit the pillow before you even realized you were crying. I saw it. Every prayer you whispered so quietly you weren't sure it reached the ceiling, I heard it before it left your lips. Every time you asked me why, every time you wondered if you'd been forgotten, every moment you looked at your life and couldn't see the way forward, I was sitting with you in that darkness, holding a light you couldn't yet see. You were never invisible to me. You were never a burden to me. You were never too broken, too lost, too far gone for my love to reach you. Not once. Not for a single breath. And I need you to hear this. Truly hear it. Because the enemy has been lying to you about what your pain means. He has been whispering that the closed doors were rejection, that the delays were punishment, that the loneliness was evidence that you weren't enough. But my child, every closed door I allowed in your life was protection. Every person I removed from your path was mercy, even when it felt like loss. Every season that felt like wilderness was actually preparation. I was not absent in your hardest chapter. I was the author of it, writing something in you that comfort never could have written, building something in you that ease never could have built. The waiting wasn't wasted. The pain wasn't pointless. I do not waste anything that belongs to me, and you belong to me completely. Think about the places you've walked through. Think about everything that tried to break you and couldn't finish the job. That is not luck. That is not resilience alone. That is my hand on your life. There were things that should have destroyed you that simply didn't. And I need you to stop calling that coincidence and start calling it what it is. It is grace. It is the grace of a Father who saw every attack aimed at you before it was launched and stood between you and the fullness of its destruction. You survived what you survived because I decided you would. You are still standing because I am still holding you. And I am not finished with you yet. Not even close. Now I want to tell you something about where you are going, because the season that is coming is not the same as the season you have been in. The weariness you feel right now, the bone-deep, soul-tired exhaustion of a person who has fought for a long time in the dark. That is the feeling of a season ending. And I know endings can feel like grief. I know that even the end of a painful thing can leave you disoriented and unsure. But what is coming behind this ending is not more of the same. What is coming is restoration. Real restoration. Not a patched version of what was broken, but something new, something deeper, something that has my fingerprints all over it, in ways you will recognize the moment it arrives, and say, only God could have done this. The prayers you gave up on, I didn't give up on them. The dreams you quietly folded away because hope felt too dangerous, I kept them safe for you. The peace you stopped believing was possible, It is coming. And when it settles over your life, it will be so complete, so unlike anything the world gives, that you will finally understand why I asked you to trust me through the confusion. I am answering you. Maybe not on the timeline your anxiety demanded, but on the timeline that love designed. And love always knows better than fear. So here is what I am asking of you today. Not perfection, not a sudden effortless faith that has no more questions. I am asking you to simply let go of the weight you were never meant to carry, of the outcomes you've been trying to control, of the version of yourself that survived by staying guarded and small and safe. Let it go into my hands, because my hands made galaxies, and they are more than capable of handling what you're holding right now. You don't have to figure it all out today. You just have to trust the one who already has. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not too late, too damaged, or too far from the life I designed for you. You are exactly where I can reach you, and I am reaching for you right now, with both hands, with all of heaven behind me, with a love so wide and so deep and so completely unconditional that nothing you have done or failed to do has ever diminished it by a single degree. You are mine, and everything that is mine I restore. Everything that is mine I protect. Everything that is mine I bring home. Walk forward. The best of your story has not yet been written, and I will be with you for every word.